landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at.
On February 11, 1990, Mike Tyson faced James Douglas at Tokyo Dome, Japan. As a 42-1 underdog, Douglas earned $1.3 million from the fight, while Tyson got $6 million. From the beginning of the fight, it was apparent that Douglas was not afraid. He displayed a lot of spring in his body movement, was not cautious in letting his punches fly whenever he saw the opportunity to attack Tyson. He used his quick and accurate jab to prevent Tyson from getting inside, where Tyson was most dangerous. Douglas would still dominate the middle rounds, although Tyson managed to land a few of his signature uppercuts. Tyson was wobbled by a chopping right during the 5th round.
Oh, an uppercut got through that time by Buster. Look at this, Buster landing some shots here. Buster to death of custom out a good left hook to the body that time. They tell me again, interesting information that Buster Douglas has landed. Now let's see if Buster can hang on and keep him off. Instead, it's Buster coming back. Japanese crowd of some 35,000 on hand here, enjoying what they certainly didn't expect. And Mike, you saw land that big left hook, and there he goes headhunting. And you see, oh, there's Mike missing that big left and just grazed the chin of Buster Douglas. And Douglas answering with loaded up shots of his own as the bell ends. Take this into some later rounds, but there was a real good right hand that landed off the hand. Oh, big right. Tallest guys that I can recall him fighting. You see that punishing body shot with the right hand? One stage I questioned whether that could be the fight plan to drag it into the later rounds, but Buster not showing any signs of wearing time. Doesn't seem to hurt Buster. He's in great shape, there's no question, but look at him pushing Mike off. Now there's something you haven't seen. Buster has got the confidence of perhaps, you know, you go back to fight to this point. Buster, a little abrasion by his left eye. Wow, with the left hand is Buster Douglas. Buster drops that big right hand, but Mike takes it on the glove, and he backs off Mike again with the left. Wow, with the right hand is Buster. Just as I say it, wow, with the right hand that time is Buster. Buster tried.
Within the last 10 seconds of the 8th round, Tyson, who had been backed onto the ropes, landed a big right uppercut that sent Douglas to the canvas. Douglas rose as the referee signaled 9, but the bell ended the round. In the 9th round, Tyson came out aggressively to try and end the fight and save his title, hoping that Douglas was still hurt from the knockdown. Douglas was able to fight off Tyson's attack and was able to close Tyson's eye completely.
He's down, he comes to the uppercut. Somehow or other, Buster's throwing shots back. Look at this. Buster is not ready to pack it in. Nobody expected us to be in. Look at these shots just loading up by. Did he buckle the legs of Mike? I don't know, he got him again. Buster fights back strongly, landing some big shots. And now he can't get killers. Look at this. Who would ever have expected this? Hit around and not Buster would back it in.
In the 10th round, Tyson pushed forward, but he was still hurting from the accumulation of punishment he had absorbed throughout the match. As Tyson reeled back, Douglas immediately followed with 4 punches to the head, knocking Tyson down for the first time in his career. In a famous scene, Tyson fumbled for his mouthpiece on the canvas before sticking one end in his mouth with the other end hanging out. The champion attempted to make it back to his feet, but referee Octavio Myron counted him out. Buster Douglas thus became the new undisputed heavyweight champion, engineering one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. On September 21, 1985, Larry Holmes faced Michael Spinx at Outdoor Arena, Las Vegas. Holmes, who was a 6-1 favorite entering the bout, had previously beaten Michael's brother Leon in June 1981. Holmes received $3.5 million for the fight, while Spinx received $1.1 million. During the first 2 rounds, Holmes was able to control the pace using his jab. As the bout went on, Spinx was able to use unpredictable movement to throw flurries of punches from unexpected angles, which scored points but never troubled the champion. By the last few rounds, the pattern had formed, with Holmes coming forward, loading up, scoring with hard punches but never landing anything that looked like hurting Spinx. Spinx using movement to fight on the back foot, landing the odd flurry before moving out of range.
He's almost trying to get my Michael into a street fight here, trying to get Michael's ire. That's the kind of fight Holmes seems to be fighting right at the moment.
Well, what Larry wants to do,
Padilla. Spinx says, I'm not doing anything. Combination by Spinx. Right hand lead. And Holmes just sort of... And again, Holmes just intimidates Spinx, and it's absolutely not working.
look at Michael. Michael is so aggressive, and the tactics that used by both fighters is not really that clean, but the right hand. But I can't believe Michael, at this pace, punching on a big man and having a big man punch on you. He's punching on a bigger target, and a bigger target is punching on him.
That was Holmes. Right behind him by Michael Spinx. There's a right hand again by Michael Spinx, and he takes a right.
But see, Michael is throwing his punches in bunches now, and it's giving Larry trouble.
And there's a good left by Michael Spinx. Three-punch combination by Spinx.
Oh!
Right-hand lead by Michael Spinx.
Michael Spinx has been busy from round one. There's the uppercut. He's thrown 18 rounds at his pace.
Every
and
round.
his weight.
Every round. Between rounds. It just seems like agony in Michael Spinx's corner, but
He's trying to give a book. He's throwing a lot of punches here. It's the body shots that's going to do the damage. The hands are starting to drop of Michael. Damage.
and Spinx bounces right back off the ropes with a combination of lunging punches. And again... Spinx is up. That was another good body shot. Three right hands by Spinx. Spinx hasn't actually been throwing a lot of punches the last two rounds, though. Now he picks up the pace.
It's too bad.
Chopping right by Spinx.
Spinx is better inside.
You're right, Ray. I think there is a little cut above the eye of Larry Holmes, above the left eye.
Okay.
Michael directed at Padilla. Might have been at Butch Lewis.
Larry just can't get set. Again, you know, so Spinx is basically he's able to get him off.
4 rounds of boxing remaining here. And Michael Spinx has not only captured the crowd.
He's just following his man around. He should be cutting that baby off. Come on, Spinx half heart.
He's answered that question. No question about it.
Oh, look at this.
And they were telling the champion that in no uncertain terms.
Mike,
Perhaps not classified as family entertainment, but this good overhead right that time by Spinx and a wild left hand.
Michael's still aggressive.
That's the way he started the last round too, but then he settles in. There was a right hand. It was Holmes stalks him. That right hand was a little short. Will not do the same. Holmes too, which not too many fighters do at this stage of the fight. Both men just fighting up. There's a right hand by Spinx. Crowd around us chanting Larry, Larry, but it may be...
It was a tough and bloody fight, but in the end, the 35-year-old Holmes began to run out of breath, and the final 2 or 3 rounds forced the jury to vote for Spinx. Michael avenged his brother Leon Spinx by defeating Holmes on points. The victory made Spinx the first ever light heavyweight champion to win the heavyweight title. On June 19, 1936, Joe Louis faced Max Schmeling at Yankee Stadium, USA. Louis was the 10-1 favorite over the German boxer. In the first rounds, Joe Louis continued to land his left jab almost at will and dug a couple of tremendous left hooks into Schmeling's midsection. In round 4, Lewis started unleashing his heavy artillery. Suddenly, after Lewis withdrew his left hand after landing yet another jab, Schmeling uncorked a tremendous right hand over the top of Lewis's left. The punch had tremendous power and sent Lewis reeling across the ring. Schmeling continued to land his right hand round after round, and after that the only question was whether Lewis would survive.
And he's got this impassive look on his face, Louis, hasn't he? And this has been an excellent round. Right hand, and he's dead. So sometimes very, very hard to catch a wounded man, as Louis is. But he was... Oh, good punch again here. Impact, but Max, a crunching right hand. And despite Louis sprinting out for the shots from Schmeling, reminding you that Max Schmeling and Mickey Walker won and losing one in the... So, knows he has... The expression on his face hasn't changed. Oh, decent right there from Louis a moment ago. It's Germany, not Schmeling. And again the right hand through the gap. And punch to sip through that nicely into it. To nail to the head, of course, Max Schmeling here. Louis now very well aware. So despite anything that Joe Louis... But 7 fight unbeaten. And that's Schmeling. It lost 7 and draw by and large. It's been a sport. The first man to beat Louis in the... Well, that was an interesting left hook there. Very bothered by that. And Schmeling's right hands have taken. But then again, so does has something of a legend to beat. Got the intensive landing just one. Schmeling is the danger punch. 10. He was pushing out his left hand instead of snapping. Certainly, Schmeling's punches in this particular way from him. Well, one of the few spells of infight.
The battle was finally over in round 12. It's estimated that Lewis took at least 57 of Schmeling's right-hand bombs before he was finally knocked out. It was the only time that Lewis would be knocked out while he was in his prime.
Will he beat the kid's head? He can't beat the count, surely it's all over. So Max Schmeling wins. Terrific win from Max Schmeling and unexpected against the undefeated Joe Louis.
On February 15, 1978, Muhammad Ali faced Leon Spinx at Hilton Hotel, Las Vegas. Spinx was the 10-1 underdog. Ali, of course, didn't abandon his favorite style of defense at the ropes. He hoped that Spinx would become quickly exhausted, which would allow him to playfully deal with him. But Leon fluttered like a butterfly and stung like a bee, as the greatest did in his best years. Only toward the equator of the fight did the greatest realize his mistake and frantically tried to correct the situation. But it was too late. Spinx looked fresher and faster throughout the fight, not allowing Ali to even take a breath, let alone turn the tide of the fight. Muhammad had to correct the situation in the last rounds. The judges were definitely committed to his victory. But the younger opponent dominated until the final bell, and 2 of the 3 referees did not have the heart to give Ali the victory. The incredible upset spurred the greatest, and he decided to stay in big-time sports. After 7 months later, the revenge took place. Ali prepared much better and completely outplayed Spinx. But even this could not brighten up the defeat in the first match.
Patch up with injuries, obviously experience of going into the point win. off of fathoms only.
The new
In 1995, Tommy Morrison was offered a shot at the IBC minor title against Donovan Ruck. Both fighters had been ranked #1 heavyweights in previous years and were looking to make a comeback after grueling losses. Morrison wanted to return to title contention after losing the WBO heavyweight title by first-round knockout to Michael Bent in October 1993. After that, he was undefeated with 6 wins and 1 draw in a row. Ruck was a top contender before suffering a crushing second-round knockout loss to Lennox Lewis in October 1992. Following this defeat, Ruck took a year off before returning with a unanimous decision victory in January 1994. The fight took place at Municipal Auditorium, Kansas City on June 10, 1995. Tommy Morrison's weight was 227 pounds. Ruck was more heavy, 244 pounds. Ruck had a great start, dropping Morrison with an uppercut less than a minute into the first round, although Morrison immediately returned to continue the fight. Morrison bounced back and won the second round, stunning Ruck with his uppercut. Both fighters continued to trade powerful punches in the third and fourth rounds, but Ruck took control in the fifth round, hurting Morrison with several left hooks and keeping him at bay with his jab.
No, he's going to go after Razor Ruck. Going and Ruck will try to put him away here, loading up with everything. Hey, Morrison may have to pound his way out of this. In fact, he's shown very little. There's Morrison with the uppercut. Off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl the Truth Williams. Ruck faked the left hook and almost landed the right hand bomb, and Morrison. Ruck just this time, Morrison absorbs the punch, but he still paid for it. Oh, he hurt Ruck with a right uppercut. Razor Ruck got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison down. Lifted, give him a standing 8 count. That's bizarre. Because of the gloves on the top of the rope. Yeah. It just seemed like Morrison had a big advantage there that they took away from him. Tommy Morrison hurts Ruck, but that counts as a knockdown would. The possibility of Morrison knocking him out. It's the only reason why I was critical there of Ron Lipton, who, by the way, is a very, very good referee. So in round 2, it's Morrison's turn to hurt Ruck. Razor Ruck not only stood up, he took a little walk in his corner. Maybe he wanted to clear his head. Round, I now say, folks, who's going to get tired? Because both men are showing some signs of it here. And they also said establish yourself down low, which is a good idea, to try to get underneath Razor Ruck and then go to the body. Ruck cutting off the ring, sets up the run in his arsenal. Ruck really does it. Morrison should use it. Good uppercut, but Morrison comes back. No, he's got Ruck hurt. He hurt him with the left hook. Razor Ruck is hurt now. Good body combinations by Morrison. But Ruck is talking to him. And that is go to the body and then drill combination. He's unable to do that. Big hook by Ruck. Big round for Razor Ruck. Morrison with a...
In the sixth round, Tommy Morrison was stunned by the left hook and was in danger. Ruck tried to finish the fight, but Tommy Morrison used his moment and catched him with his signature left hook. Ruck collapsed to the canvas, but he got up and returned to the fight. Donovan tried to hold on to Tommy's arms, but Tommy freed himself and began to beat him against the ropes. The referee counted out a standing knockdown. A third knockdown would have meant a stoppage of the fight, and Tommy understood that. He was tired, but with the last of his strength, he tried to finish his opponent. And he succeeded. Several hits from the left hand forced the head of the Razor to throw back, and the referee intervened. It happened 10 seconds before the end of an incredible 6th round.
Before the fight, he would like to see the standing 8 not in effect here. The 3 knockdown rules not in effect because of Morrison is nailing him though. He needs to buy about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it. Oh my, it's over.